Dusk was falling on an exceptionally average day, and I was stopping by Ralph's for dinner. It had been a long day at work, and we needed to discuss our upcoming trip to Wisconsin. When he didn't answer the door, I walked around to the back. To my relief, the back door was open.
Oh, God! Ralph!
Hello, 911. I need help. I need help. Something. This was a shock, to say the least. When I felt for a pulse, I noticed that his body was still warm. The police arrived quickly once I called. They said it was most likely a suicide. The note was so strange and impersonal, it left no real explanation. Ralph just wasn't like that. It was then that I pledged to hunt down his murderer.
Bradley Henderson. I know we never met formally, but you're Ralph's brother. I'm terribly sorry for your loss.
Thank you. You're...
Anne-Marie Thompson. Your brother and I were close friends.
That brooch.
Anne-Marie. I'm Mel.
Sorry, dear.
Following a hunch, I had ventured back to the scene of his crime, Ralph's house. Anne-Marie's brooch reminded me of something. What, I didn't know. My late mother's brooch was missing. As the evidence surfaced, I found that I was more confused than ever. Something needed to happen, and soon.
Who's there? Put your hands in the air! What are you doing here?
I swear, I'm just looking for something of Ralph's. I couldn't find it. What are you doing here, man?
I thought the district ruled this is suicide. I'm not so sure about that. I might be a rookie, but I've got a weird feeling about this case.
That makes two of us. I knew Ralph, and he's never been, this just wasn't him. He's never been depressed, and even if he was, he never told me.
You know something, don't you?
Well, I found some pictures upstairs, but they don't exactly prove anything.
Let's see. Isn't that...
Anne-Marie Thompson, the chief's wife.
You think she could have been the one to kill him? She must have nerves of steel from her marriage to Clarence. I wouldn't put it past her to commit a murder.
Well, at the very least, I think we can get an alibi. I think it's time to pay a visit to the Thompson household.
Hi, Miss Thompson. I'm Eugene Smithers from the police department. I was wondering if we could speak to...
Clarence?
No, I was actually wondering if I could speak to you. This is Brad Henderson, the brother of the recently deceased Ralph Henderson.
Yes, we're already acquainted. Come inside.
Thank you.
I'd love to help you with your investigation, but what is this all about?
We have reason to believe that Ralph's suicide wasn't a typical suicide, or even a suicide at all.
We are aware that you were close to Ralph.
Well, yes, but am I a suspect?
Well, we found some pictures in Ralph's home with you in them.
We were close friends.
Where were you the night he was murdered?
I was at home, cleaning. Clarence wanted the house to be spotless upon his arrival home.
Anne-Marie, don't you have some laundry to do? Oh, you brought guests.
Sorry, it was an unexpected visit. And I do have to go now. I'm sorry for my abruptness. I hope I've been of some help.
Yes, thank you.
Good day, ma'am.
Oh, you two again.
We were hoping you could answer a few more questions for us. Where was your husband on the night of Ralph's murder?
Clarence? He's the chief of police. What are you suggesting? He told me he was out.
Do you know of anyone who might have wanted to kill Ralph?
Look, gentlemen, we were good friends, but I would hardly be expected to know something like that. I'm afraid I can be of no further assistance. Besides, Clarence told me not to interfere with the investigation. Good day, gentlemen.
To what do I owe this unexpected visit?
Where were you on the night of October 9th?
I don't recall. I think I was at home for the
That's
night.
not what your wife said. She knew you were out, but she didn't know where.
I have a hunch you were at the scene of the crime, making sure you'd left nothing behind.
Why would I have killed him? I hardly knew him.
But your wife knew him well. We found pictures of the two of them together, and I'm willing to bet that you have another set of the pictures in your desk.
It's preposterous.
What's preposterous is the lack of evidence. Furthermore, we found one of your shirts drenched in blood.
How do you even know that's mine? You could find a similar white shirt in any respectable man's laundry.
Whoever said the shirt was white? Seems you've caught yourself here, sir.
Why'd you hide so hastily as we entered?
There's just some old paperwork. Private paperwork.
Then what exactly is this?
Let's get it straight. That night after killing Ralph Henderson, you cleaned up the scene, leaving behind a suspicious lack of evidence. And when your wife found out about that, you used your authority as chief of police to force her into silence.
Everybody, guns down, hands up.
Let's hear it! Where were you on the night of your brother's murder?
Dusk was falling on an exceptionally average day. I went over to Ralph's for dinner.
When he closed the desk so suddenly, I knew he had seen the pictures. Go check. There are pictures of his wife with my brother. If my intuition is correct, you'll also find the missing gun from the crime scene. I also came across a copy of that phony suicide note.
Hey, get this. The Perk's wife is here, but she doesn't want to see the dang fool. When are you guys gonna be done? He's innocent. Let her in.
What happened? They told me that it's all finally over. I'm so sorry that I couldn't help you guys before. Clarence told me he'd kill me if I spoke.
Your husband is going to be locked away for a long time. Currently, he is booked with abuse, coercion, withholding evidence, and murder of the first degree. We will need you to testify.
I'll do anything. I only wish I could have prevented what happened to Ralph.
Eugene! We did it!
Justice always prevails in the end.